Ride here in S.E.E. and we're in one of our favorite places, Rocky Mount, Virginia. Little truck stop I've stayed at before. So, see if I can get the camera to turn around here. There we go. So, beautiful evening. And I'm in the back lot, but what can I say? I picked a good view. So, the parking is jammed up. This guy came in right after me, and they're starting to stack up, which is funny. Starting to stack up out there. This guy here in the night truck just pulled up alongside me in the middle of the driveway, pulled the air brakes, and closed his curtains. So, anyhow, figured go live and see if anybody wants to jump in and chat. Just gonna make some dinner. Figured get out, walk around a little bit, and thinking the fresh air. Winter's coming, and I'm not gonna get many of these days where I can be outside walking around with the snow and ice. So, watching where I'm going, but anyhow, I was here. Come on, turn around. Yeah, there's a nice grassy area here. Guy was out here a couple trucks down. He had his dog out here, and talked to him for a little bit. He's got his riding companion. Love to bring my dog out, but my schedule would throw his schedule off with his meds and dinner time and all that. So these are the little places I like staying at. But yeah, like I said, night just kind of rolled in right there. Just did their thing in the middle of the drive. But I wanted to get this out too, as I got a couple phone calls yesterday. People were wondering me coming down here out of Michigan early Monday morning, and dealing with the hurricane and the weather down here in Virginia. Now, I took a look, and what I did is a couple things. I pulled up the weather map, and most of the time, if you go to specific areas like towns I was going to be in, for the most part, just go there and it'll tell you flooding, flood zones, flash flooding, possible flooding. It's going to tell you the conditions of what is going on in that town. So I pulled up the weather, went to various towns that I knew probably were going to be getting the heavy rain and stuff. Nothing. And then I went into Google Maps, because the other thing about my Google Maps is I use Google Maps just for the mapping. I don't use it for the guidance, but I like to see, if I got to get detoured or anything, what roads there are besides what Garmin's throwing at me that is truck friendly, truck safe. So, but I like having two mapping system going on in the truck. That way I can adjust on the fly as needed. But I Google mapped Roanoke, Martinsville, other towns I was hitting today, and it just clear sailing. So I ran into nothing. No high waters, no roads washed out, no flash flooding in any towns, no flooding, no ditches, no streams overfilled. Now last year, in the early part of the summer of 2023, when I had my day cab before I got this old girl, I went, I want to say it was 54, or one of the roads coming off I-79 to go up to Spencer, West Virginia. And I want to say it was like Oak Burr or some Oak Road exits. on 79 north of Charleston. But when I shot across, they had just gotten heavy rains that morning. And yeah, I was dealing with the heavy rain or raining situation, but not thinking it was that heavy. But coming down the mountain, it was dumping so heavy up here, but as it just tidal waved down, it overfilled the creeks, the ditches, the runoffs, and it took out a lot of roads. Kind of like down here, what I'm seeing. You got Small Creek and all that down there. So I remember, and I think I posted some pics last year. I'll have to go back and look and see if I can find them. I believe I may have put them on Facebook, but for that, I did get me and 4 other trucks. We got up on a high road, but the road on the other side was basically up over our windshields. So it went down. So we were kind of doing this up and down through this state road, but it flash flooded so bad, and we were standing there. Like, I got up on that hill behind me. I had drug that lift gate on that trailer, and it wasn't this trailer. We got this last winter, but one of our old trailers, same lift gate. And that lift gate, right up between the lift gate and the tail light, that was all underwater. So basically, the top step, I could look out my door, and the top step of the fuel tank on my day cab Cascadia was underwater. So I was pushing water, but we would go through it probably about 3 truck lengths, and then come back up into high ground. And once I got through that, and I got up there, and there was, like, we were stopped. So there was a dump truck, a gravel hauler, there was a straight truck tanker, like a septic hauler, and there was me, JB Hunt, and another tractor trailer. So there was like 5 of us up there. 2 of them were straight trucks, 3 were tractor trailers. So I was in the middle of the crowd. So backing out, when we backed out, I think I was the 3rd one to back out. I think one of the straight trucks backed out first. So we had to back out of where we were at and back down the road. And I want to say it was about 1.5 miles. And then we found that abandoned gas station and was able to spin around. So each of us took our time, because I had to back around a windy road and all that. So that was last year. And that came on. I mean, nobody could predict that. It came quick, fast, and in a hurry, all within 30 minutes. And the local sheriff and the state police were even on that road. Once we were all turning around and making our way back out, we stopped and told them. The one sheriff was already walking up to houses. He was nearly waist high, mud in his uniform, helping people get out of the house and get them out to the main road. We told them it's impassable. Plus, power lines came down and were sparking and arcing. I think a tree, there was a little bit of a landslide where a tree lost the footing on its rooting and just fell over on the power line. So with all that all went down, and that's my story of dealing with flash flooding. I didn't get stuck. The truck is still running to this day. I'm surprised, but I didn't want to, I looked ahead, being with that experience. And that's the thing, when you go through those experiences out here, and there's a storm like Hurricane Helene, you just don't get in the truck and take off and just say, we'll figure it out when we get there. Plan ahead. And when we say plan ahead, not when you're getting ready to leave. Like, I was planning a full day and a half ahead, thinking that was on my mind, resonating as that hit land, what I would be up against. But nothing up here. I think everything, it was like south of 80, like Roanoke and Martinsville, so south towards the North Carolina line, if there was heavy rains, because they said it was really coming up the East Coast, and I haven't really endured, but other than light rain and some rain squalls here and there. So yeah, that's it. But today it cleared up. The more I got into the day, the more it was clearing up. But you could tell people were really off with their driving today. Just I don't know. There's those days. Today was just one of those. The energy from other drivers just didn't seem focused in, like their mindset was somewhere else while they were driving. Just the way they're moving in and out of traffic, you can tell when the traffic's flowing good and people are having good days. But I think with the election coming up, that big port strike, which is 45,000 workers. You got Boeing already striking. Within the last week or two, Boeing is striking, and then GM is getting laying off 1,600 people so they can shut down a plant in Kansas and flip it over to EV production. Good luck with that. I wouldn't touch the EV stuff until at least the next decade. Let the technology. Buying into EV cars and that EV narrative is like when we were buying computers back in 1999 and 2000. They were evolving and changing every 3 to 6 months. Your computer became antiquated because the latest, greatest, and better innovation came out into the processors and memories. Therefore, you were just almost having to flip your computer twice a year. And now it's kind of plateaued, so you can buy a computer and hang on to it for a few years and it will get you through. And it's the same with these EVs. Just let that stuff just evolve. I mean, everyone that's getting on this bandwagon and save the planet and all that, stop. Slow your roll, back it up, and just relax. Yes, we will change. The environment has gotten better over the years. You can't shove 50 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag and expect everything to change and flip and happen overnight. It took centuries to get here, from the industrial revolutions to where we're at today. So you know what? And the planet will heal. The ozone that was nabbed is, this big hole in it. It's already been healed up, and it's pretty much completely healed up. So everyone's just got to slow down and quit getting worked up over stuff. Just live your life. You live it your way, I live my way, but geez, don't come out here screaming, kicking, and carrying on about the environmental impact and all that. That EV stuff, it'll come when it comes. Just like the turn of the century in the 19th century when we were coming, Henry Ford and everyone was in the big revolution of building mass cars, the Industrial Revolution. Everything was happening, and everyone was going to have to change from horse and buggy to cars. We'll get there. It's not detrimental, and you're going to save something tomorrow. So I don't fret about it. Other than that, I'm losing a little bit of sunlight here. It gets dark quicker now, but I've been really enjoying myself out here, having a good time. Still driving truck. I love getting down in this part of Virginia, even further south if I could. So we'll see. I talked to sales here a couple weeks ago, so hopefully we pick up some more clientele and stuff. But until that happens, the only thing I'm keeping my head on the swivel with the port strike, it's detrimental to this industry right here. So a lot of guys, like, one of the main bread and butter products we haul is 99.9% made in America. So that product that I'm hauling is made here in America. But you can say it's made all here in America, but and that's where you got the CPI and the PCI, where the producers manufacturing in this country, even if we were manufacturing stuff in this country, where are we getting the raw materials from? Are we making it here? Is our steel mills, is our plastic injection molds all done here, or are they overseas? So do we still have to get the raw materials? Can we still get it here, or are we relying on it from other countries to get the raw material to produce things start to finish here in America? So again, I think that's the key thing that people are going to miss out is, even if we made a product start to finish, you know, like a car or anything, if it wasn't made overseas, or building materials, household appliances, whatever, if they were all made here in America, are we also getting the raw materials produced and made here in America to supply the manufacturing here in America? So that's why the PMI producers manufacturing index. So that, when that is going up because it's costing them more to get raw materials, the CPI don't mean diddly squat if manufacturing in this country can't get the materials to build a product. So keep that in mind when the next CPI and the PMI comes out here in October. So that, it always happens every month, 12 months out of the year. But anyhow, I'm gonna call it here and get a hold of my wife, talk to her. I haven't talked to her today. I'm sure she's been busy taking care of dogs and other animals, and get me some dinner. I'll get up a little early tomorrow, get a shower, get my last stop kicked off in Martinsville, Virginia. Not too far from the Speedway. Then I'm gonna hike it back to Michigan to get hopefully another trailer and go back out, because that's what I like doing. So not a lot of people like doing this kind of work. You know, it's a passion, it's a love, and it's just like people. Here's the thing: I like being in this truck doing what I do. Right there, I like doing that day in and day out. Snow, rain, whatever. I like doing it. And people are like, I can't stand it, this and that. But there's the people out there who will sit in front of video games hours and hours and hours on end. I have tried Xbox one time, and I think I spent an hour. I threw the controller across the room, and I looked at my son, and I said, this is a complete waste of human flesh to sit in front of video games. Talk about getting dumbed down. And I said, I can't do this. I got to go do stuff, man. I can't sit in the house all day doing this. This is like going into full stupid mode on playing video games. I can't do that, and I can't sit in front of the TV just like, I can't binge watch stuff and all that. I've got, you know, I told the wife, I got things to do, and if not, I got businesses to run on the side. If I got that kind of free time to play video games, then I need to scale up our businesses to cash flow even stronger. So that's me. And people are like, is it all about the money? No, but I'll tell you what, I don't want to be relying on a bank, the government, friends or family. If I want something, I'm going to go get something. But I've got 50 ways to Sunday to skin a cat to make money, and I'm going to keep doing it. So this is just one of them. And there's others I can do on the computer. My wife has said, since she's known me, she goes, she used to be the person that did all the computer work for our businesses. And she goes, somewhere along the line, you flew right past me, and your tech savviness has just blown right through the roof. And I'm pretty proud of that, because for a guy that's looking at 60 coming up soon in a couple of years, you know, I'm pretty thankful for that. So I could stay up and have those conversations with my children, and not be the grumpy old man that just won't evolve into society with the technology and the evolution of everything going on as we change and move forward. And it's moving fast, you know. So keep that in mind. It never hurts to learn new stuff. Yeah, I mean, if an old guy like me can learn to do YouTube videos, edit, make web pages, websites, to in learning how to swing trade and invest. I mean, I've been just teaching myself that. That's what I do in my free time. So I love doing that. I love just building the mind, building that up and just making that muscle. So I just don't want to be fuzzy brained and spaced out and with Alzheimer's at 90 years old. I want this to be still as strong as ever. So, and that's why I kicked this channel off, to keep yourself. There's information, there's good stuff out there for you to follow and learn from, to excel yourself in this crazy society we're in, but to keep yourself informed in where to be and where not to be. And sometimes once you get more highly educated and elevated, you start finding yourself the distance from very toxic people in your life, or people that have held you back. So, other than that, till next time, folks. I see I got a call coming in, so I got to get back and get that taken care of. You need to trim your toenails. Yeah, you need to trim your toenails. Huh. I don't know there, but here you go. There's the toenails. And as far as my fingernails are trimmed, man. So, anyhow, appreciate that comment, but we're signing off. I got to catch a phone call. I got to get dinner made up. So, appreciate you dropping in with the comment. To everyone else that views this, thank you for being here at the channel. Things are still moving along good out here. So, until next time, stay safe. Continue educating yourself. Knowledge is learned, not taught. And we will see you all in the next video.